Buba Galadima has finally exposed one of the reasons why Fulani herdsmen are ready to take over Nigeria. You can see it that Fulanis have come from all different African countries to come and assemble in Nigeria, that Nigeria is meant for grab. This video, Buba Galadima have said it, why they decided to act in this way. I will want you people to watch the video. As you watch this video, share this video. I've said it time without number. If you look at what is happening in the north today, majority of them, they are in support. Right? They say now the rat way they house, now they go call other rat house, outside rat, come, there is food in the house, let's eat. The Fulani in Nigerians, they are the one that beckon on the one outside. Come and join us. Let's fight people to defeat people. Let's tell ourselves the gospel truth. How did Kwara been snatched from the Yoruba land? Kwara is Yoruba. Kwara is Yoruba land. But today, as we speak, Kwara belongs to Fulani. Because they now have Emir, they have all their this. Yoruba have lost Kwara. They have lost Kwara as we speak. I will allow you people to watch the video of what they felt that make them to beckon on Buhari. According to Baba Galadima, he said, and I quote, you will watch the video. He said they were being intimidated. They were frustrated under Obasanjo government. That's why they ran to Buhari to come and save them. Now you can now see why Buhari government allow Fulani men to have dominance over Nigeria during his 8 years tenure. If you look at it, the insecurity in Nigeria today, I've said it that if Nigeria were to be a country, anybody who work with Buhari is supposed to be tried, especially Malami, Ngige, Lai Mohammed. What is this other man? I forgot his name. Who said, we are sorry, Nigeria should forgive them. That it was not rat that chased Buhari out of Aso Rock in 2017. Buhari actually sick. It's what they make them flew. It was after, I think a week to when they announced Buhari death, that he was apologizing to Nigeria. These are the men that are supposed to be tried in the court of law now, if Nigeria were to be a country. But we are where we are, who we are. They are busy holding innocent people, trying innocent people, who are trying to prescribe solutions, who are trying to bring solution to the damage that some people have brought to Nigeria. But they are trying them. They say, but we must jail them. They say, because how can you come out? It's only you that have mouth that want to talk. We must jail you. That's Nigeria for you. And that's why you can see that we go nowhere. We are not moving forward. Go and see other countries that we started together. Malaysia, Singapore, the rest of them, they've left us behind. Because those that join us together to be a country, they did it in a fraudulent way. We are not made to be one country. Anyone that told you that give God glory, that Nigeria, God does not approve Nigeria. It is people out of their selfish interest that bring us together and call us Nigeria. What is the meaning of Nigeria? Can you explain to me what is the meaning of Nigeria? We are not made to be a country. But some certain people, because of what they want to achieve, they form it to become one Nigeria. And that's why it looks as if life is more difficult for Nigeria. It's as if God is not more present in here. Not that God is not present, but God is not involved of what is happening. And the mind of God towards this country is to divide. Let everybody go their own. A time will come, you must have to separate the goat from the sheep. There are goats living with us. And such, we cannot be better when you allow goats to mix with sheep. A time comes as a farmer, when you farm, the crops you plant, it will be growing with leaves. You have to weed and separate the shaft from it so that your crop can grow very well. That is what we need currently. As if we continue in this manner, we go nowhere. Watch the video how Buba Galadima have finally explained why the Buhari government came on board in 2015. I'm coming back to analyze it.
Some of us who recruited him into politics had a mission. And I will reveal that mission today. General Buhari came into politics. It wasn't his province. He never liked politicians because he believed we are fake and that we don't mean what we say. But there was an incident that made some of us to recruit him, convince him, and use the other people to convince him to join politics. And even though we had our own agenda, because in 1999 and 2000, the OPC was on rampage in some parts of the country, especially Southwest, and have inconvenienced a lot of people from this part of the country. And to the extent that they mobilized over 500 vehicles to come and invade Ilorin with the sole aim of uprooting what they called Fulani structures in Ilorin. And we felt that was too much. And Obasanjo was doing nothing. President Obasanjo was doing nothing. President Bola Tinubu, then governor of Lagos, was doing nothing. And some of us felt that those group of people were being encouraged by their leaders in position of authority. So how do we stop that? And I called a meeting in Kaduna at Alhaji Bashir Alhatu's house in a place called Unguan Kaji, directly opposite the house of General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. And some of those we invited included Alhaji Wadanas, Professor Yadudu, Bashir Alhatu himself, Alhaji Yahya Sulehama, and a host of others, about 34 of us. And we sat down to reason, how do we save our people from this OPC menace? So we said, I suggested that we have to, because you remove government through only two ways, the bullet of through the barrel of the gun and through the ballot box. And they said it was impossible to challenge General Obasanjo. That was how Buhari came to our mind. And when he was approached, he had a very unkind words for politicians. But since he didn't say he was not doing, we still pursued him. To cut a long story short, we achieved our first purpose of putting a brake to what OPC was doing, because immediately Buhari joined partisan politics, and we had a very big outing in Daura to initiate him into politics. The Obasanjo government became restive and was shaken to its bone marrow, and because those were some of his our thinking. So Obasanjo had to really checkmate the OPC. So for that reason, we have achieved our first purpose of bringing General Buhari into partisan politics. So the remaining now is history. They wanted to dismantle, as what is happening across the country now. They wanted to dismantle his platform of ANPP, APC, ANPP. And we made a counter platform by establishing the Buhari Organization, TBO, which we used as a platform for promoting his political ideals. Of course, all these are now history. Some smart people who are politically ambitious came in and threw us out. That is how we parted ways with him. those of us who followed him blindly for 15 years, Sule Hamma as our leader, and myself as his deputy and the operational head of the Buhari organization, we agreed that we should not look for political appointment or we should not look for elective office. Our idea is just to push General Buhari to become president so that if we become the engine room of his government, we would now influence certain things in the country. And we had those things listed in our minds. And the greatest mistake was that, and it's what people also see as Buhari's inability to do well in government, because he has cut the umbilical cord, those who brought him and have ideas about what he has to do, and he recruited new people. And these new people never had an idea at all as to why even Buhari joined politics. But all these are now history. We pray that God grants him Al-Jannat al-Firdaus, and we pray that God receives him and forgive him. For some of us, we have forgiven him already.
Have you now seen the reason why all throughout Buhari government, Fulani have upper hands? It was under Buhari government, it is on record that Fulani men start going with AK-47 to protect their cows. It is under Buhari government that Fulani herdsmen, they now abandon the crops, taking their animal to bush to go and eat. They purposely took their cows to people's farm where they have invested so much money to grow their crop. They will uproot people cassava and begin to feed their cows. It is under Buhari government. It is under Buhari government when those Fulani were be arrested, take them to a police station. Before you hear Jack, they will be released. It is under Buhari government that this Militia Allah, who feed their Alpha and the Omega in Nigeria, whatever they say is final. They are the ones that determine what Nigeria will be. It is under the Buhari government they are now become more powerful, more superior than every other Nigeria. So if you listen to what Baba Galadima have said, that when the OPC was doing their own during Obasanjo government, they were busy strategizing, brainstorming, who can challenge this rascality. This Tinubu that is the president now was a governor of Lagos State. They believe that he colluded with Obasanjo to allow Yoruba to fight hard. Look at it in this Kwara they are using. Kwara belongs to the Yorubas. Never belongs to Fulani. And you look at it, originally, if you study the history of Fulani, Fulani does not have a place. They move from one bush to another, and that's why you see the havoc they are committing in Nigeria today. They don't rent a place, they don't stay in a place. And that's why I told my Yoruba brothers that Igbos are never your enemies. Igbo come to your land, he will buy a land, he will develop it, he will make the place look good for you. Compared to a man who is in the bush, it's not affecting, it's not adding to your economy, but it's destroying your people, buying people. Which one is far better? The Igbos that live in Ibadan, did they kill any Ibadan man? No. But Fulani under Buhari government were the one that is going after the Yoruba people in Ibadan to buy them in their farmland. And that's why when the governor does not have their capacity to tell Buhari the right thing, Sunday Igboho stood up and said never. A man that came from abroad to come and generate work for his people. After farming, doing everything, they carry their cattle, destroy the man's farm and do these things. They buy the man in the scene. In all of this, the government of the day went after Sunday Igboho to the government of Buhari went after Sunday Igboho to buy him. Was it not what Wole Soyinka is saying now that the federal government should compensate Sunday Igboho because of what federal government did to him? He's saying it now because Yoruba man is the president of Nigeria. Did he have the ability to say it when Buhari was there? The answer is no. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they did this thing too. What did he do? He got his bail in 2017. He got his bail in 2017. The court give him condition. There is never a court that he missed. They've never called for a court he missed. That even Senator Baribe stood as a shorty for him. But suddenly, Nigerian army invaded his home and declared Operation Python dance, even when it did not provoke anything. A lot of people were quiet in that scene that the young man had to run for his dear life. It was because of this scene, because it happened during his parents, that make him the death of his father and his mother today. And they still, it's not enough. They went to Kenya. They went to bring him from Kenya, kidnap him from Kenya, brought him to Nigeria, start his trial. And who does that? You kidnap somebody and you're trying him. That means you are admitting that he called you a zoo, the country is a zoo, it's actually a zoo. Which for me, that the zoo he could do far better than what we are doing today. You could see that everything that happened under Buhari government was being planned. The plan has been. Imagine in 2021, these people have been planning what they want to do. If you say to now, Donald Trump is talking, he said there's no plan for jihadists, there's no plan. Things that are going on is planned. What they are talking about religion? Oh, Muslim has the high number than the Christian. Why in this modern world we are still talking about religion? Come on. In this modern world where people are trying to impart their generation, all we do here is about some group of people who want to destroy the country because of religion. Who does that? No, who does that? Who does that? We are never meant to be. Let nobody deceive you. Give Nigeria 100 days. Can't you see that many people are fed up now? Nobody is talking about pray for Nigeria. The Bible says, watch and pray. He did not say, pray and watch. You need to watch before you pray. But situation here, we are asked to pray, not to watch. And that's why Christians are being a victim. Are being killed like chicken in Nigeria. Despite you hear somebody like Sheikh Gumi, Sunday, Sultan of Sokoto, Islamic affairs say, oh, there's nothing like Christian genocide. When, I'm not saying they are killing, the killing is killing. But the person who made the video before Donald Trump interfered is a Christian. And he was seen in the scene where he was conducting numbers of people at a particular spot. That is not his first time of doing it. He has been doing it constantly. And he cried that the government of the day has failed him. That the war should come to Nigeria aid. That the Christians in Nigeria are facing persecutions. The question I'm asking those who are trying to change the narrative so that they will use it to cause religious war. Now, is it Imam or Muslim man that did the video, do his own video that the Donald Trump did not pay attention to it? The answer is no. These are the exact thing they do, even during the election. They bring religion, they bring ethnicity to cover something, their own agenda, what they want to do. The solution to Nigeria, divide this country, let everybody go on their own separate way. There's no two way about it. The more you keep prolonging it, the more you are destroying lives, save lives by doing the needful.